Hello and welcome to Goa News Now. Today I am here at Maimollem. You can see just behind me, lush green weedy area. Totally, this is known as the Vasco's biggest catchment area. All rainwater, is stored here, and then from here it goes out to Maimollem. From Maimollem it goes to Munwell and then to the sea. This was originally the plan that was existing since decades. There is some problem now going on with this old system of drainage. To know more about it, let's go to the site only and find out what exactly is the issue. And the issue is not small, and that is how we have today the whole bunch of Comunidad body upset, annoyed with the kind of system that is existing here and the kind of problem that they would be facing. Before I go to them, I will just try to show my viewers. This is that mouth. From here, all the rainwater is drained towards the Munwell side, and then the whole this area actually acts as a catchment, so it avoids flooding in Vasco area. Now the problem is there are certain activities happening on this site as well as all along this Maimollem Lake, and due to this activity things are getting disturbed. Now when we play with the nature, we have seen the results. So let's talk about what exactly is happening. Sir, what's your name?
I am Maxi Pereira.
You are from Comunidad?
Comunidad. I am the attorney of the Murmugang Comunidad.
Let's come to the point. Why exactly we are here today?
Sir, what has happened is, this is, as you have said, that this is the Maimollem Lake,
Yes.
which was earlier known in Vasco like Vaingon. Here the people used to cultivate paddy once in a year. Now this is a very crucial lake in a sense that it connects the entire Vasco. From Mangot Hill to Mangot Lake, the water comes in this lake, and from Baina to Butabat, from the Patrong it comes to this lake, and from this mouth, what you see here, it is to flow out to the Munwell and beyond to Goa shipyard to the sea. And this is how it was well planned, very well organized by the Comunidad, by the ancestors, and that is how the fish harvesting, the paddy harvesting was done at all the tree centers. But over the period of time, things have changed. The first change came when the railways were doing the doubling of the track. This mouth that we can see here, which was flowing the water, which was the main entrance to flow of the water, which was being controlled as per the need of the fields and the paddy. What they have done, they have put a concrete down, embankment, which has raised the height. As a result, the flow of water is get affected, and that's why both the lake, Mango Lake and this lake remains continuously filled in. It doesn't get dried up, which affected the cultivation of the paddy over the period of time. Now we had taken up the issue with the railways, saying that now that you are coming with a double track, you change this. They have given us the assurance before the deputy collector also that they will take care of it. Now in the last few years, this work, this lake and everything, the maintenance, the cleanliness is being done by the waterworks department. They come once in a year, they clean it up, and they have done the this DVDing and all that. Now what they have also suggested that this work of theirs, if it require a permanent solution, then this opening has to be restored back to the original place. But unfortunately, instead of opening that, they are now reducing it by further the work that is going on. They are increasing that length, this side, and this is going to be reduced. This will definitely create floods in the monsoon season.
Well, I'll come back to you. I'll try to explain what exactly you have said. Now, what Mr. Maxi has said, that this is the mouth. Okay, railway have had their compound wall or the retaining wall till that side, till there. Now, in order to facilitate doubling of this double line, they are putting another strong retaining wall. Incidentally, around 6 to 8 meters of land, they need to put this second retaining wall. Now, just to construct a retaining wall, they have to also do something for the mouth of this particular lake, which is used as a drain. Now the problem is, one, the lake this mouth was earlier in a very deeper area. It is given to understand that at around 1 meter of that particular mouth, depthness has been decreased. Am I talking in the same same thing? What
yes,
you are saying?
Yes, yes. There were earlier people used to 2 to 3 people used to easily cross over,
Okay.
and they were cleaning it, they were maintaining it. That has been reduced now totally, and that's why this water does not flow. And now they are further reducing it.
Okay.
This will definitely not only environmental impact, but it will also create flooding in the monsoon to come.
For the information of our viewers, on Thursday morning, the deputy collector, with the initiative of the Vasco MLA Krishna Salkar, had called for a pre-monsoon meeting. At that meeting, this issue was discussed. But what I was told that they are talking that WRD will desilt the area. They will try to clean the mouth. But what you are talking is the depthness that has been that has to be restored.
Yes, that is the core issue. See, if you distill here, you do weeding or de-weeding, it is not going to help. This is just a temporary solution. But the real matter is opening up this to the restoring it back to the original position for the smooth flow of water. If that is not done, then what we are doing is wasting our time, wasting our money, wasting our energy, and definitely affecting the environment. So what we want is this is to be restored back to the original position, open it up, remove the concrete which is put down there, redo it so the water flows. Then only the things will work out. And there was a time when the Maimollem Lake is to dry up during the season and people used to cultivate, they used to clean on their own. That is not happening. This is not happening. And it will definitely affect the people not only around this area but entire Vasco. That is sure.
So well, this is a valid point, because what they are talking is, one, the farmers have stopped cultivating because the water remains throughout the year in this particular lake behind me. Second is that railway authorities have started doing up some kind of a work here at this site. So they want a permanent solution so that this work, while they doing the work, the solution to this particular mouth of this lake, which is used as a drain, is given for a permanent period. We have Sanjay Redkar, one of the activist come environmentalist. Sanjay बाब, कितें म्हणून दिसता हे जे हांगा चलता पळय, तुका कितें म्हणून दिसता हितून?
हे जे डिस्ट्रक्शन आज जाला पळय, हे आमकां सगळ्यांक माल पडटलें. आणि आय हॅव बीन फायटींग अगेन्स्ट ऑल द गव्हर्मेंट बॉडीज ट्रायing to get this back to its original position, because we are the affected people. We are staying in this area, and we have seen floods during our childhood also, that because of this mouth, if it gets blocked, the whole area gets flooded, and this affects the whole of the city also, because the catchment area starts from Mangur and it ends in Baina. I don't know people are aware of it or not, but this is the consequence of it. If it gets blocked, the whole area will get flooded. And you can see now how the reclamation has been done. They are just going on filling it.
Look this way, yeah.
Yeah, they're just going and filling it the way they want it. And ultimately, this siltation will end up here and it will block. As I said that the mouth has been reduced. Yes, the height of the original base
Bottom.
has been brought up by almost a feet. Because of that, the water is getting stagnant here, and it's also, adding to the problem of sanitation and things like that in this area. So all this has to be taken care. And the way now it's happening here, the railways are just removing the mud from here on the side and putting it back in the field. So who is going to remove all this out? You can see right from
We'll go
bridge.
there and we'll find out.
So all this is damaging to the environment and to the locals here, and there will be loss of property, and even life might be in danger here once the flooding happens here. And I think we don't have much of time. The monsoons are very fast approaching, and the way they are doing it, we don't think that they'll be able to do it.
Well, what Mr. Redkar is talking about is making sense here, because one, the rain is fast approaching. Second, this is very crucial issue because it is pertaining to the drainage system. As we all know that now rains are unpredictable, cyclones are unpredictable. Any moment, any month, rains comes in, and the kind of rains that we have been witnessing is really different from what was happening in past. So we need to be we need to be very careful while doing something, at least with the nature. And this is a natural drain. It was built, I believe, by the Portuguese during their
Yes, it is a Portuguese time. It very well. It is systematic, orderly manner. Everything was recorrected.
Now, just for viewers, because many of our viewers won't know what actually was the system here.
See, the system was, we have beyond this Maimollem Lake, there is a Mongol Lake. That side there is a Patrong, and beyond that is the Baina Lake.
Yes.
Now these are all catchment areas. The rainwater from the hills is to come to this Baina area and to the Mangor area.
Yeah.
Now during the monsoon season, the Mangor area people, they used to, the fish rearing, everything was going on there. And during the month of June, the first rainfall, they used to start cultivating the paddy in the Mangor area. The water is to come, and they used to manage the water in such a way that excess water is to be flown here, and there was a control at the mouth. Similarly, June month, there was a paddy being cultivated at Patoli, at Patrong. Then in the month of October, the cultivation of paddy is to start here. There by month of May, March, April, Mangor Lake is to become dry. Only the main body, little bit of body, the water is to be there. So at that time, the people used to take care of the fishing, and that part was going on. It was a beautifully laid down system. People used to enjoy here, but this has been destroyed over the period of time. The Portuguese, the Comunidade had really laid down a irrigation system which I feel was one of the best in Goa. There was no need of flooding, nothing of that. Everything was managed. But over the period of time, due to negligence, maybe due to the greed of certain people, this has happened. And many of these railways, they don't understand the basic thing about the local needs, about the local system. So they just come, they do their job, they forget it, and they go, not knowing the disaster that is going to follow for the people who are staying here. So we want it to be restored back. We don't want something new. Let it be restored back to the original, at least, so that this system is brought back to place and people can live here peacefully without bothering about a health condition. Otherwise, it's going to create even a pandemic. People are suffering of dengue, people are suffering of malaria. So many things are happening because of this area, because it's not being cleaned up because of this reason. And it is well connected, entire Vasco will be affected with this.
Well, it is also told that even the sewerage, is let in this particular area.
Yes, what has happened is, it started with the naval authorities. When Navy started building their houses there or building there, they first let loose that sewerage into the drain at Dadkole, which is next to the Dadkole, which is next to the Mangor. On that, there was a writ petition filed in the High Court, and the municipality filed an affidavit before the High Court that they will not permit it, they will maintain it. But over the period of time, there are a lot of houses which has come on the border that side, at what you call it now, it's called like Fakir Gali or Sai Nagar, whatever it is. Now many of them have left their drainage or dirt, everything into those lakes, and that has also affected the lake also and this part also.
So from a beautiful, water body to a disaster area, and now this even the mouth is been facing the menace. Being a youth, how you feel when you look at, you just heard the history, how beautiful the things were, how beautiful the system was, and now how dangerous the things are going on. What is your first reaction when you see all this?
No, looking at this, it is in a very pathetic condition. So whatever has been discussed, if that is taken care of, like on priority basis, you won't find any water stagnation also over here. So that has to be taken care of. Maybe coordination between the railway authorities and the WRD, they need to come sit together and resolve this as soon as possible.
You are expecting to see this water body again restored back to its original, or you now you are okay with the kind of menace happening?
No, we would definitely want to see it restored.
Well, one more important aspect which I want my viewers to know, that this issue of development of Maimollem Lake has always remained the election agenda. Incidentally, things doesn't move on. It remains on an election agenda, and then another election agenda, and this has been continuing since long. Don't you think, Rashtan, now it's a hard time that we all citizens should, have some kind of or the MLAs or the our representatives should have kept some thought, to have this area beautified, because this is one of the beautiful and longest water body in Murmugaon Taluka as a whole.
No, now looking at if this is going to be initiated, development or something could be planned in this particular area.
But things has to start from here.
Exactly, things need to be started from here so that there is no water stagnation, there is the ingress, egress in order over here.
Well, this is the general feeling out here, because people aren't happy enough. They are also looking it as a menace that has been now created solely by the railway authorities. Earlier, the people responsible, I won't say that it is only the authorities. Everybody is responsible for the menace that has been created here. That this beautiful lake, because I have also heard that it was a beautiful a lake with nice surrounding, has been converted into a sewerage catchment area now. Plus now water is mixed, so there are marine life here, but everything is in a mess, and these people from the Kamnidat body wants to get this area restored. This lake belongs to Kamnidat, right?
Kamdat. It belongs to Murmugaon Kamdat.
Okay. And how many time as a Murmugaon Kamnidat you have requested for some activity here or some kind of a development here?
No, over the period of time, everyone is to write to the authorities concerned to ask them to restore it back to the original position, at least to clean it, so that we can continue with our earlier activities of farming and other things. But unfortunately, that type of attention or priority was not given. Now, after much pressure, the earlier MLA, Mr. Kalus, requested the Waterworks Department to start the cleaning. So they were doing the cleaning on annual basis, and we used to permit them to do the cleaning over the annual basis. But now they also expressed, in the last meeting also, they expressed that as far as this issue is concerned, that has to be taken by the railway authorities. If that is done, then it is easier for them to take care of the other thing. But until this matter is resolved, it is going to be very difficult for them to restore it back to the position. That is the problem.
Well, we'll be going to the site number 2, where actually how the destruction is happening, how this whole silt is now flowing back in the lake is happening. We'll take you there and we will show how exactly it is happening. This is site number 2. You can see behind me such green area now has got some kind of a silt. A new kind silt has come up in the area. When we inquired, it was informed that whatever silt is removed from the that area by the railway contractor is been easily dumped in this site, so that they continue with their work. Whatever happens to environment is secondary. Whatever happens to their work is primary. So for them, doubling is very important. Yes, I understand doubling is very important, no matter whatever happens to the nature. Am I right, Redkar Bab? What do you think? Little sense prevailed here while damaging the nature.
No, I don't think so. They don't have any sense. These people are just their priority is only to complete their scheduled work. They don't care about environment. They don't care about the locals here. They don't care about anything. It's basically only one intentions. Do the double tracking, it's a task given to them, finish it and wind up from here. See the destruction what they have done. This silt, where it will go? This will end up at a location where it has to exit. Ultimately, this is going to happen. And the affected people are the locals from Vasco and we locals from this area.
Maximum, what kind of violation is this? Can you just highlight what violation, under which rule this violation is happening?
I think it violates every rule of the law of the land, because this is nothing but criminal, not only violation, criminal encroachment, everything is involved here. See, you are doing something, you are not caring about the environment, you are not caring about the water body, not caring about the law of the land, just dumping it and ignoring and going. This type of things is a total criminal encroachment, and that is why we have lodged a complaint with the authorities.
Achha, you lodged a complaint?
Yes, we have lodged a complaint practically with every authority, exposing what is happening here. Because the moment this work started coming, this dumping started simultaneously. We have written to the local authorities. I have even written letter to the Chief Secretary, Government of Goa. bringing with the photograph, everything, asking for immediate stop of what is happening and removing this.
Acha, this about this already a complaint has been lodged.
Yes, but complaint has been lodged about a culvert also. Complaint has been lodged with this issue also. Of course, that complaint we have given to the railways and to the deputy collector. But this we have given complaint to every responsible authorities in the state, asking them to take immediate action to stop this illegal criminal encroachment and violation of the law of the land.
No, but what happened to the complaint?
So far, unfortunately, there is no response.
When was the complaint made?
We made the first complaint somewhere in the end of 21. Earlier there was some debris being dumped behind the Tanya Hotel. That was somewhere end of 2019. That time we have lodged a complaint,
Just turn this side, yeah.
and that time the work had stopped. But subsequently, once this railway started now, in the last 2 months, this has become a big issue. See, entire thing, the border of it, the field has been encroached by them.
How much meters?
You see, you can see here, it is from that depth to here, you can see almost a 10 meters or 15 meters here only. There again, it is a different, because this was not a road, this was just a pathway for the people who had a property here, who used to go here.
Okay.
Nothing, there was no road. Today you see they have done a road through the field.
Yeah, it's a motorable. I can see even trucks are coming.
Which is total violation of the law of the land. And that is why we want this to be stopped immediately.
But you never told railway to do something about this, because so much of silt has...
Sir, we have returned to them. We have made...
What assurance came from there?
See, the only assurance they came was that earlier they said they gave assurance before the deputy collector about the culvert. On this, yesterday also we met some of the people here. They are telling, no, after our work is done, we'll remove it. But what guarantee? And
so they are saying that they will remove back.
yes, that is what they are. Yesterday, 1 or 2 people, local people who were here, who were supposed to be the site engineer or what, we do not know. When we told them, Baba, how is that you are doing this? Otherwise, we may have to take law in our hand. That is the only thing that now the authorities are forcing us. Otherwise, it is like a deaf authority that I can say. I'm sorry to say that, but this is a very serious issue. That plus this is going to add to the environmental and also to the flooding.
Well, it is very important to note, on the one hand, when we see villages like Velsau, Kansalin, they have been fighting against the doubling, because there are ancestral houses, there are heritage structures that are being slated for demolition, or that would be damaged because of doubling. Here people are fighting, and the Kamnidad body is fighting to safeguard the property which belongs to them, but nobody is listening. That is another irony. Don't you think that it is a high time that some kind of thinking should be placed here, so that this kind of damage, because the amount of silt, what I am looking at, is not small. That would be moreover in this 15-20 square meters area, not square meters, 15-20 meter length area would be around 50-60 trucks. So they must be trying to avoid financial burden, so as to make sure that things are dumped in the adjoining field, and then they can complete, and then they can run. That is the plan.
That obviously is a plan. Somehow to put the mud, dirt, everything on somewhere close by areas and just forget it without taking any responsibility or accountability. That is how they have been functioning, and that is where our concern is. Yes, I agree with you, there should have been a bigger movement here. People's movement should have been there, because this is going to affect everybody. See, everybody, unfortunate part here is he has been fighting continuously on this issue right from the beginning as an individual. We have come now because of this. But there are a lot of people who are affected, but unfortunately are keeping quiet, hoping that somebody else will do it. We don't want that to happen, because this is going to be a disaster, a permanent disaster for the city and for the people staying here immediately, but entire city is going to be affected with this, what is being happened. So we want that this encroachment, this illegal criminal encroachment should be stopped and should be restored and to be removed. This is what we have put a demand.
The Kamnidad body has placed their demand, though they have also formally written their complaint. Now what will happen, only time will tell. But the situation is gruesome. I also request, on behalf of GoaNewsNow, I would like to place a request to the authorities concerned to immediately look into this aspect, because this is concerning to the environment and ecology. If we can't safeguard a small water body in this area from such kind of a disaster, then I don't know what will happen to our future. At least the future generation will only write in a book that there was Maimollem Lake. So this lake will be a history if this continues. I have this opinion. I request the other also citizens to come forward and at least appeal to the authorities concerned to act, because these kind of water bodies are very rare to find. These kind of water bodies are very important for the sustainability of human being. So this has to be restored and maintained in its original position. What I was hearing, that people, leaders have been talking about beautifying the area all around, making it as a some kind of a water sports activity, introducing some activities here. But no activity will happen if this kind of destruction continues. Today it is railway, tomorrow it will be somebody else. Things will happen here and our environment will be at a stake. Thank you very much.